Well, there you are, and welcome in to another program. We have Eric. He's out of Memphis, Tennessee. He's formerly from Rhode Island, but he's a witness that really is fed up with the way the Watchtower deals with people. He has a program on here called Red Pill by the Watchtower. So let's bring Eric on with us right now. Make sure you can hear him. And hello, Eric.
Hey, buddy, can you hear me all right?
We can hear you fine and dandy. So, what are you thinking about tonight? What's going on?
Oh, great show tonight, Rick. And tonight we're going to talk about Jehovah's Witnesses aren't rooted in reality. And we got a subject with that, and we'll talk a little bit about it. And by the way, I'm like 40 minutes from Nashville, not Memphis. Not to correct you, but I always say Nashville, Tennessee.
I say Nashville, right? I'm sorry, I keep mixing that up. But anyway,
You got family in Memphis,
I
so
should,
you
I
probably
should,
mix them up.
I should just say Tennessee. So
Tennessee.
very good. All right, so let's do it. I'll duck out, and you can do your thing. Thank you very
Uh,
much, Eric. Yep, you're on. Go
well,
ahead. Yep.
Well, thanks everybody. What a great show we had tonight. It's always nice to hear from Barbara Anderson, and thanks everyone for that's listening right now. We'll try to have a good show. Jehovah's Witnesses aren't rooted in reality. My wife wrote this for me. And she did a pretty good job, I think. And I'll get into that in a second. But let's see what I have here. It's almost like a meme that I have in my head, but it's a quote from a Star Wars film, and a guy says to the other guy, and I almost feel like the spy is the emo, and the other guy is like a physically out, mentally out, and he says, "What have you sacrificed?" And this is what I thought of people who are involved with activism. What have I sacrificed? Calm, kindness, kinship, love. I've given up on inner peace. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation that I wrote 15 years ago, to which there is only one conclusion. I'm damned for which I am damned for which there is only one conclusion. Sorry, I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight, has set me on a path to which there is no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost, and by the time I look down, there is no longer any ground between my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life for a sunrise I will never see. The ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or the like of gratitude. So what did I sacrifice? Everything. And Rick, Sharon, and other people who do this show, the YouTubers, anybody that puts up a voice in a fight against Watchtower is they're what's my point here? They're it is a sacrifice. We've lost our family. We have penalties. But I thought I would share that because a lot of us have sacrificed so much from this organization, even if we meant to or not. But anyways, I'm going to get back onto our topic. And Jehovah's Witnesses are not rooted in reality. When you really think about it, my family and my wife's family, they're gone. I mean, they don't have grounding. They don't know themselves. It's not good. So, like, here's some points about Jehovah's Witnesses that make them delusional or not grounded in reality. The first one was Jehovah's Witnesses. They give talks and counsel that are unattainable. You get a thought from them, and it's like, when do you ever get any encouragement really from a talk? Usually, you feel like you're being berated, and you know. work on you, work on you. They're out of touch with their advice and their expectations along with that. They ask things out of people that are not able to realistically comply with. Like, don't go to school. Don't don't get a career or anything, but give to Watchtower. It's a constant like tug of war almost. Like you feel like you can never satisfy them. Samuel Hurd says, "Is he asked, is your best good enough? Is your best good enough? I hope so. It's my best. I don't know how this organization really functions. But anyway, they believe that the governing body are going to ride on white horses in heaven and help kill most of the world's population. And without truth, they think that they are going to help resurrect people as well, so that the new state. Is that rooted in reality? Does that seem normal at all whatsoever? I mean, if we're going to be logical, why in the heck would Jesus and his apostates, or not apostates, apostles, ride a horse, right? Why not a German tank or something? I don't know. That's the way my head is thinking, but they're not grounded in reality at all. They think that they can read the Bible and figure out what Jehovah is thinking at any given moment just because they read the Bible. I wonder how whatever his name is or who God is. I wonder if he is ever like has an opinion of what these men presume. They presume they have no evidence at all that they are with God, and they're speaking for God, and they've false prophesied. And they're not accomplishing, except for maybe they're accomplishing the part in the Bible that says that there would be deceivers and there would be false prophets. The governing body and their elders, in another way that they're delusional, they think that they're fed and that they're appointed by Holy Spirit. They think that not just they don't just think that they're approved with Holy Spirit, but it actually matters. And these are just common men, and they don't have a clue about life. They don't know anything about psychiatry, and they don't know how to take care of people. They're not empathetic and empathic. They're not, or empathetic as well. They're not sympathetic. These men just don't care, and it's another way of delusion when these men actually think that when you're in a judicial committee, that it matters what they think of you. When we all know now that only Jesus is our mediator, it's just a bunch of BS. Let's see another point I have, or she has. The governing body gives you advice, not rooted in reality. Don't get an education, but sacrifice for the organization. Pioneer while still having privileges like elders and ministerial servants and people on the LDC. And meanwhile, doing all this, they're trying to provide for their family as well. I do have to admit that elders have their handful. I mean, I wouldn't want to be one. Would any of you? Who would want to be an elder? I mean, all the crap you have to do. And then on top of it, if you're a good elder, and what I mean by that is a man that is able to be empathetic to people and give of themselves and actually show love. They get drained, and then they end up being kind of a jerk themselves because they don't have it anymore. Because it's not natural for men to dominate men like that. It's pretty wrong. Let's see, what else do we got here? I'll finish up and I'll let anybody talk if they have a comment, or if you've got a comment now, you can go ahead. Is there anybody that wants to give a comment? All right, I'll keep going. Here's another thing that they are delusional with. They think that everyone that's not a Jehovah's Witness is going to be destroyed in Armageddon. I mean, that's friggin' ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Come on. I mean, like, when we think about it, it, we live in 2023. This is reality, and our reality. Times have changed, ever since COVID, and they're so delusional. They're so delusional to think that good people in this earth, and even innocent kids, are going to die in Armageddon because they didn't get baptized as Jehovah's Witness and go out and service. What a little horse, you know what? A horseman anyway. I'm going to get a little closer to the phone because I have a feeling that my voice ain't coming out real loud. I apologize to anybody for that. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think they're rooted in reality? Do you think that that these people see things clearly? They knock on your door and they tell you, I mean, what is the message? Join us or die. Basically, I mean, they would never want to admit that that's what the message really is. But I mean, in the reality, that is what it is, and it's sad. It's a sad situation where the Jehovah's Witnesses just don't even know themselves. That's how out of touch of reality that they are. They just don't. They don't even know themselves. I know my family doesn't know themselves. My mother one time told me, "You are who you are," and I'm like, "I'm not Popeye. I'm not a cartoon figure. You know, I am what I am." Well, what the heck is that? It's an organization that has taught people to not grow, and because they don't have any self-awareness, they don't have any self-growth. These people end up just in a cramp, and they can never be better. They'll never rise above their mistakes. You're always stuck, you know. But that's what I some of the points that I had of why they're so delusional. You know, I mean, think about it though. To go back for a second, they're riding on a white horse. They think they're gonna. I mean, like even what was it? Samuel Hurd. He said. Samuel Hurd said, "Our first assignment is to fight." And it's like, is Samuel Hurd is he gonna be white like they depict? Are they gonna like cancel out his color and he's gonna look like that country singer? I can't remember. What do you do? You know. But anyways, does anyone have anything they want to comment on or talk about? Well, anyways, I guess I'll keep going then. What's another point? Let's see. They're delusional in thinking that spiritual warfare tactics that they are doing won't reap what they sow because they believe whatever they dream up and have Jehovah's back. You know, it's like they just it's almost like, all right, think about it. They're basically doing blackmail. They're blackmailing us. Oh, you can't be a good Jehovah's Witness that we want you to be. So what we're going to do is take away everything from you. We're going to take away everything from you, and that's what they do. They steal everything from you, and they're delusional in every sort of way. The elders, it's like here's another example of delusion. My wife has tried to get reinstated 5 times. 5 times. I mean, and these men, like I've told the story before, and my wife got reinstated, but make a long story short, something happened, and her mother sent a text message about my wife saying that Jehovah is not happy with the governing body, and that caused her to not get reinstated. And a year has gone by, and you think these bastards have called us, say, hey, are you okay? How you guys doing? Do you want to come back? No, they just want you out. You have to think like them. That's how delusional they are. They're so delusional that they think that you have to think exactly like them. And I think that's really sad. I don't know what y'all think about that, but it's a sad situation with the delusion. And then they come at our doors, and here's another delusion. They come to our doors um, peddling this indoctrination to us. And then they wonder why people get upset at them. I saw on Quora today. I wonder if I can find it real quick. Let's see here. No, you know what? I'm not going to screw with it. But on Quora today, I don't even know what the website is. I got it by accident, but there was a Jehovah's Witness comment on it, and there was a kid who he's 14 years old, and he wants to be a firefighter. I think that's pretty honorable. Badass job. I mean, you're a protector. You're a hero, in my opinion. Anyways, this kid posted a comment on Quora, and he said, I want to be a firefighter, and I don't know how to tell my parents. And a Jehovah's Witness responded to him and just shamed him. Just was like, you shouldn't be doing this. You're assuming your parents wouldn't want you to be a firefighter. You're assuming this. You're assuming that. You're bringing reproach upon Jehovah. All kinds of crap like that in the comments. I responded to the person, and my wife gave me a good idea. And she said, tell them that Bethel in New York has a fire department. And it's true, they do. And I thought that was a really good point. Like, rules for thee, but not for me. But the kid's not paranoid. He's not full of shit. He knows that he's gonna get harassed by elders and by people or his own family for wanting to be a firefighter. And Jehovah's Witnesses say it's a spiritual paradise. If it's a spiritual paradise and there can't be any firemen or police, how the hell are we going to ever have a? What are you going to let the world burn down to the ground? Oh, it's in Jehovah's hands, right? I feel like I'm ranting, but if nobody has nothing to say, I guess I'll be talking for a little bit. But is there anybody out there that has a comment? Someone there? Well, anyway, I'll move on. I guess. Hey, Rick, if you're there, I don't know if you can. Hey, Rick, is there any way you can fix this? I don't see how I can come over this. Rick, are you there? There we go. Thank you. whoever if you knocked him off or whatever happened, I appreciate it. Um, the phone was messed up. Maybe the phone kicked off. That's probably what happened. Every 6 hours, I think it kicked off. But anyways, sorry y'all, I got a little distracted from that. I'll get back onto point of talking about how Jehovah's Witnesses are not rooted in reality. Um, this was a pretty good point too. That I thought from Des. The expectations of the rank and file are unrealistic and make you feel like you don't love Jehovah enough if you can't keep up with their expectations. And that kind of goes in line with the comment about Samuel Hurd saying, "Is your best good enough?" You know, that's exactly it. And you can their expectations are unachievable. It's almost like no matter how much you try, no matter how much effort you put into it, they always want more from you. And I think that's exactly why Samuel Hurd said is your best good enough. They're playing people. They're playing everybody. Um, I think in religion, I think in Christianity, it says once saved, always saved. Some people believe that. How is it any different when Jehovah's Witnesses feel like donate or give your time and labor to our organization and you'll be saved? Same thing. It's all the same crap. And I'm sorry if I offended anybody if they believe that way. Once saved, always saved. But, I don't know what I believe. I'm kind of confused. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, another point too. It's not in reality that you shun your family and your friends and you lie to yourself and then you say it's a loving arrangement. How can you say it's a loving arrangement when I probably could run into my mother and she wouldn't even fucking look at me. Sorry. I'm sorry I swore. But she wouldn't even look at me, um, or any of my family. How is that love? It's getting to the point where I could have a radio or a show just based on Jehovah's Witnesses gaslighting. They gaslight us like a hell. Like, they're always gaslighting. When the Jehovah's Witnesses not gaslighting? They're always using double speak, and it's frustrating. I don't know. Are any of you out there frustrated? Right? Aren't you frustrated? Aren't you frustrated when they tell you to do something and then it's like there's never practicality to it? They just really don't live in reality. They live in a hamster wheel. They're doing the same thing. The end's coming. The end's coming. It's here. It's here. But yeah, that's some of the points that I had to talk about. Also, they think that anyone that doesn't believe what they believe are dangerous and unhappy people is another point. That's dangerous. I mean, you don't think like me, so I can't I can't associate with you. I think who was it? There was a guy on YouTube that said I think it was I can't remember his name, but he said he said, "Oh, you like pineapple on your pizza and I don't, so I can't associate with you." And I thought that was pretty clever and a funny way to approach it because he really he made a good point. The Jehovah's Witnesses just they can't get along with others. They're almost like that kid in the schoolyard that doesn't share, he bullies. He's a problem child. That's how I feel about Jehovah's Witnesses. They're like a bully. But is there anybody out there that has anything to say or want to make a comment? Well, anyways, I'll keep talking then. Uh, another point is the witnesses. They actually believe that any negative news about them is from Satan and apostates. But the kicker is that in the same media is trustworthy if it's positive news, like say from Hendrix, I think his name is, and that's what they do. They spin everything. They constantly manipulate, and they really just don't. It's backward speech. It's like, oh well, the news is bad, but it's okay when it's good and positive news for us. I mean, what a screwed up what a screwed up. They're not in reality. These guys, you know what? They had a talk in the, I think it was a governing body member helper, and he said, "We don't want to be in La La Land." And I'm like, "Yeah, we don't, but you are in La La Land, all of them." And it's a weird situation, you know. It's a weird situation where these men can't see themselves, and they're delusional, and they have created an environment that's delusional, but that everybody is a part of it. It's a sad thing. You know? Sorry, y'all. Doesn't seem like there's many people on tonight, and I'm not sure if I'm running out of material here. Um, yeah, I kind of covered everything um, in the book, but does anybody have anything to say or add to the show? Give me a little help here, but you know, Rick brought up a point today about um, have you ever known anybody who has died and your family didn't tell you? And it happened to me, and I talked about it on his program tonight, and it hurts. His name was Brad Matarese, and his ex-wife is Barbara Matarese, and she's a good woman, and she's doing a good job raising my cousins. And it's sad. It's sad when those things happen. And I don't mean it like that. I mean it like this is a really unfortunate situation where you can't even tell a family member that your friend died. You know, I found out 3 months later from a worldly family member, and she just happened to tell me that he passed. And it, it struck a nerve when Rick brought that up, because how how can a human being, our family members, do this to us? Because I know I'm not alone out there. You know, there's other people who have definitely have had this happen to them, and I just don't understand how your family can think in their mind that I'm doing this for Jehovah. I'm going to treat you like crap, and and just do horrible things to you. It just doesn't make sense. Like I when I got baptized, I thought it was for Christianity. I thought it was God. You know, I didn't know it was for an a cult organization that's a fraud religion hiding in the skies, and it's basically a corporation. You know, a real estate company. It's sad. It's sad what it's sad what this organization has become. You know, Barbara Anderson was talking about, like, she seems kind of endeared to it a little bit, and you know what? There are endearing things to it a little bit. Like when I grew up in Rhode Island, um, one thing that I always thought was really cool was like when we showed up to, you know how we like all had to clean up the Kingdom Hall and stuff like that. Um, the people would bring all kinds of food. I mean, I'm talking like corn chowder, all kinds of seafood chowder, bisque, lobster bisque, all kinds of grilled meat and just whatever. whatever everyone brought, and it was pretty cool. There was a camaraderie. There was friendship, and I think it's because we all got fooled. Um, like good people were attracted to this cult, and we all got fooled and stuck in it because we were good people. I mean, we did. There were good things to it, but like these days, I can't understand how anybody could be a Jehovah's Witness in 2023. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's completely changed. The religion is completely different than it's then. But what does the audience think? Does anyone have a comment to make or want to add something? It's quiet tonight, huh? Well, I'll talk as long as I can, you know. But I don't know how much you want to just hear somebody ramble. Let me see if there's any comments here. No, looks empty. Sorry, just taking a quick look. Okay, I'm I'm seeing that people can't hear me very well. I'm wondering if I should change up the show and call in on the phone and maybe eventually get an earpiece or something. Let me see here. Hey guys, I'm gonna bail out of this and I'm gonna go onto the phone instead because I don't think my microphone is working very well. So sorry, Rick, for screwing this up.
Yes, Eric.
Hey, I've run into a problem.
What happened?
I think the phone line went out, and I couldn't talk to anybody, and I was rambling for 40 minutes and running out of things to say, and I kept asking people, is there anyone out there that wants to talk? And eventually, the people did want to talk, but they couldn't get through. I think your phone line probably.
All right, hold on 1 second. We'll check it right. Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Reboot it, and I'll go back to the link.
Okay.
And do it all over.
All right, that I think is what happened. So this hold on here.
I'm getting mixed. I'm getting mixed opinions. Some people say they can hear me great. Some people say they.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you right back on here. Just give us a few minutes here. Yeah. Okay.
All right, man.
Okay.
I'm sorry for all this.
No problem. No, don't be
From
sorry.
now on, I'm gonna have when I come on, I'm gonna have you restart the phone right away.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
If that's okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
A woman that's 80 years old, and she didn't give her name, but she said she could hear me fine.
Welcome into the live 6 Screens conference calls. We thank you for joining in. To speak up and talk, press *6 on your telephone. When you are done talking, press *6 to mute yourself. Remember, when you are unmuted, your phone is a microphone and picks up on all noises in the background. We hope you enjoy the programs tonight. You will now be placed into the conference.
All right. So
if you are the host, press star now. Otherwise, wait. Please enter your. Thank you. There are 12 participants in the conference. Recording did not start because your storage is full. Please log in and delete recordings or purchase more storage from your account.
I'm going to make his picture a little bit bigger so I can see what he's doing.
Seems like
he's like looking around. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's reading.
When I listen to the YouTube video, it sounds like the call is being remade. Like it sounds like he's resetting the call and everything.
Okay.
Again? Okay, good. So then, did Eric lose?
Oh, there they are. There they are. I'm on YouTube now. Let's see.
Yay.
Facebook, he's on there.
Okay,
and of
good.
course, his tweet. Rick forgets to what we started with was a suite, and now, he's expanded, and he kind of forgets to put everything on the suite. But that's next. So you guys are in business. Yay, Eric. Okay. What is your name, brother?
So you were listening a second ago to the Australian guy with me. Brad.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Brad.
Brad?
Yeah, Brad's dope.
Nice to meet you. Okay, I'm going to go on mute now.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I adopted him. He's like my little brother. And I'm like his big sister, and he lets me. So it's really cool. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Nice. Well, thanks y'all for sorry about the problem. Just it messed everything up a little bit, but yeah, hey, we work through it and we'll get through it. But does anybody have any comments or anybody have anything to say? I'm kind of messed up from my train of thought from everything, but I appreciate. I didn't get your name, honey. The woman who was 80-something years old. But I appreciate your story. It seems like Jehovah's Witnesses prey on people. They prey on the innocent. They prey on all kinds of people. Anybody who has kindness in them, and then they mistake that kindness for weakness. But we're not weak. Jehovah's Witnesses, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, I should say, we've stood up, and we're standing up to oppression. And it's not easy. It's not easy to be shunned by your family. It's not easy to like I met personally Joe and Fran, and I think it's sad that Joe and Fran's kids shun them. It's like I personally met them, and they're really, really good people. I mean, they are. They're really, really nice people. And it's like, why are you shunning people who are elderly? I don't mean to be insulting, but they're older people, and they're shunning them, and it's like, it's just really sad that Jehovah's Witnesses are so out of touch with reality that they can't see that shunning people is wrong. But that's a thought that I had. But does anybody else have a thought they want to share or talk? I don't want to ramble on and on and on. But I appreciate you, sister, though. Thank you. It's always good to hear from people and hear their personal experiences. To hear what they went through. I think it's really important for everybody to express themselves. Jehovah's Witnesses never saw this coming. They didn't know that YouTube was going to happen. They didn't know that people were going to start to talk about their experiences. And it spreads like wildfire between YouTube, Reddit, Facebook. Whew. How can the witnesses survive? I mean, really. I mean, I'm always thinking of new things to talk about when I crash their carts. And it's like you can literally bring up almost any subject, because that's how weak their faith is. Their faith is built on, it's not even sand, it's built on cow manure. It's built on horse crap. It doesn't hold value. It doesn't stand, whether you're a Christian or you're an atheist or whatever you are. We all know that this isn't love, and that this whether God exists or not, or any of that, it doesn't matter. In the sense that you just need to be a good person. Like if the Bible in some way, because of corrupted men, are telling you to shun your loved ones, there's a problem. I hear somebody on the line. Does somebody have something to say?
Yeah, Eric, it's Tim.
Hey, Tim. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, good, thanks. I just had a thought, like, I suppose since no one's talking much, it's just observations that I noted, because I was away from it for many years. I just kind of faded right out and kind of moved around and disappeared. But what I used to notice with people, and I'd be interested to see if other people have noticed, is that I used to have dealings with people that would be in and out of the organisation, and without even knowing that they were going back to meetings and stuff, I used to notice if there was a sense of extra arrogance and they were really hard to deal with, I'd be like, okay, they must be going back to the meetings again. And then I'd find out that they were. It's like literally their whole personality changes for the worse. And I noted that with quite a few people. And I'm like, okay, that's how it affects. That's just my observation to myself. I'm like, this is how it affects people. These people, every time they associate or they're trying to advance in that, they get super, just more overly critical, harder to deal with and everything. And yeah, always when I'd have a suspicion, okay, they must be dealing with the witnesses or they're going back to meetings again, and dead on every time. And so to me, it's just like, okay, if that's affecting them in that way, that's just another reason not to have a part of it. But yeah, I'd just be interested to see anyone else if they'd had ever experienced that type of a thing, because like, is it something that you could just pick up on without even knowing they were that's just what I found anyway.
Tim, I have to completely agree with you. There was I've been to this fellowship twice, and the first time there was an elder who didn't know me, and he reached out to me and saw that I was trying to like come back, and he was very nice. Didn't I'm a complete stranger. He didn't shun me at all, and he kept encouraging me, keep it up. You're doing great. And I don't know this guy. He moved to my hall from Tiverton, Rhode Island, to East Providence, or from Tiverton to East Providence, and where I lived. And he was a sweetheart, and his wife was sweet to us too. And they bought us pizza one time. Good people. It was a weird situation. I talked about this before in Six Screens. I was disfellowshipped. I got reinstated, and the brothers really, like one brother in particular, he knew that I had a really good skill in auto body, and he wanted me to paint some doors for the quick build that they were doing, and so he convinced my elders to remove my restrictions so I could paint the doors. But the point that I'm getting at is this brother. He was really nice and sweet, and I considered him a good man. I think my wife even said that like he had like Jesus-like qualities. Not saying he's like Jesus, just he was a really nice man, but he's a piece of shit now. I'm sorry to say it so bluntly and rude with a swear word, but he lost his passion, he lost his love. He's very apathetic, and I think that's what happened to Jehovah's Witnesses, and it's ruining them, and it's causing bad characteristics in the organization and with the people. I thought I would add to you, Tim.
Yeah, for sure. I've even noticed that people that I knew, like family, that when they'd step away from a privilege, like if they were an elder or step back from it, they were actually a little bit more normal. For that. It's like every time a person humbles themselves, they're a bit more normal to deal with. And so when I'd hear, they'd say, "Oh, I've stepped back from being this," I'd always be like, "Yeah, well, you've got to do that. It's good for the family," kind of a thing. And you'd notice a bit of a change in their behaviour, even with something like that. Because my whole thing with the elders anyway was like, if you've got kids, what are you wasting your time for not looking after your own kids? You're trying to do something, and the kids miss out. And that's why, anecdotally, again, elders' kids are the ones that are often, the worst, and I think it's because what's their dad doing? Is he actually trying to help them to grow up? Most likely not. He's like wasting his time preparing all talks, and he probably doesn't even know what's going on with his own kids. It's a disgrace in that way again too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I completely agree with you, Tim. You made some really good points tonight. Well, let's see. I'm just reading the comments real quick. Someone can't wait. Mimi, Linda is here? Question mark. I'm waiting for her show. She went to a cult convention. Yeah, I'm curious too about what Linda James has experienced on her convention that she went to. Pretty good point. Linda's very smart and educated about what am I trying to say, like indoctrination. She's pretty good at that. But yeah, let me see if there's any other comments. No, that seems to be it. But anyways, yeah, sorry y'all. I don't have a lot to say tonight. I'm a little messed up from the show being interrupted. But does anybody on the line? Does anybody have anything to say or want to leave a comment? Everybody's psyched to get Linda on. Get Eric out of here. He has nothing to say. Nah, I'm just joking, y'all. But yeah, I'm not really good at burning the midnight oil tonight, I guess. But what a good show that we had today and every Saturday. Don't you guys look forward? I don't know. It's like we have a community and we all get to like share and talk to each other and I even like when it goes rogue and when we talk about political things sometimes. I know it's not always the best way to go, but like it's good to just talk, most Jehovah's Witnesses or ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, I should say, we're lonely. We've been kicked out of our community, and our family shuns us.
It's really good to listen to, Eric. I find it entertaining. When I first come across this, I like a couple of months ago, I thought this is great. It's kind of like old school talkback radio and uncensored.
Oh yeah.
So, it's kind of interesting. But I kind of was before. I was nearly getting a little bit annoyed when on Rick's show when Barbara was on, when David started entering again. I was like, I might have to just calm down, otherwise I started getting angry. But it's because he's never seen it from the inside before, so he's just looking like all these people are all all against it. But it's like once if he's a part of it, he'll soon see how things roll, and it'll be totally different. But while you're on the outside, they're always going to be friendly.
Oh, for sure. I agree with you 100%. It just gets to the point where it's redundant, and I don't know. It's almost like you're cursed for having a critical thinking brain, and it's kind of madness. I think that's why I named my show, or the show that's on Rick's show, Red Pilled from the Watchtower, is because like the moment you use critical thinking, it's like you're the enemy, and then you wake up and you see everything in like code, almost like Neo. I don't mean to geek out a little bit, but it's like you see things way differently. I mean, like I watch about all of the JW.org videos, so I have material. Some of them the assemblies I have to skip through; they're too boring. But like, I don't understand how people can't see the fault in it anymore. And I know I bought into it myself at one point, but like now I'm just like, mind blown. I don't get it, Tim. I don't get it, guys, girls. I just
same here. I never listened to them until a couple of years ago, and I could barely stand listening to the governing body speak. I was just like, wow, I wouldn't even be able to listen to their videos. I found them it's kind of only at the start of COVID I started listening to it again, and I just thought I'll see what they've got to say. And after I heard them taking sides on COVID, I just thought, these people, they know nothing, Like, I'm actually surprised how many people like on this are kind of, so-called right wing, I guess the media describes you as, because like that's me to a T. I'm pretty. I know there's like left, right, and paradigm. It's just all all the one thing. But I'm pretty much like I like listening to Alex Jones and things like that, and I'm pretty opinionated. Whereas most people elsewhere on other channels, they seem to be more left wing.
You listen to Alex Jones?
Yeah, a few times every week.
I do too. My wife listens to him, and I listen in the background, like I'll eavesdrop what he has to say. I used to listen to him when he was on YouTube, and it's sad that he got kicked off because like anytime you silence somebody that's trying to tell the truth, there's something wrong here. I'm not saying he's perfect, but like he actually he helped me develop a critical thinking mind, Alex Jones, and I give him a lot of credit for that. Somebody in the comment section, if you were from where, it missed. They said like the South or something or whatever it was. Like, no, he's from Australia. Tim's from Australia. Everyone, New Jersey. That's what it was. They said somebody in the comment section said you're from New Jersey. I lived 4 hours from New Jersey, and you don't have a New Jersey accent. Let me just say.
No, my accent's a bit.
You're totally.
I always think I sound like a kid. Brad's got that broad Australian accent, which is kind of the old school type. That's which was a classic Australian. I don't know. My voice always sounds like younger.
Hey, there he is.
Hi, Eric.
Yeah, is that Debbie?
Can you hear me?
Hey, Debbie, how you doing?
I've been asleep. I fell asleep during Barbara's program, and I just woke up. And I just heard you say a minute ago that we could talk about politics or anything like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if anybody else saw what I saw of the what's her name anyway, that Biden was being impeached, charged with treason, high crimes and misdemeanors, and selling out the country, which was part of the treason, and that he should be removed immediately because he's considered a threat to the country, and how he had taken bribes from China. Well, he's his son Hunter. He was a in-between person, and anyway, all the stuff that they had against Biden, Trump didn't do anything at all compared to what Biden. I mean, we all know Biden's been a crappy president anyway, but
why are you bringing this up? Would you tell me why you're bringing this up?
Because I have free speech and I can bring up anything I want to.
No, we don't do politics here.
Well, he just said a minute ago we could talk about anything, including politics, and we do often a lot. What's your problem?
Politics are talking the show a little bit.
Saying what you're saying. I don't like disrespect.
I'm asking, did anybody else see that? Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
Fair enough.
You don't recognize my voice by now?
What?
You don't recognize my voice by now?
No, I don't.
I just woke up.
Okay, well, then you're talking about politics. You're talking about Biden. You're talking about Trump. That's not what the show is about.
Then what is it about?
Whatever the host has it about.
Well, just said a second so we can talk about
Can I have a voice here? I'm the host, and I just said that it's okay to talk about politics a little bit. We're not going to have a show based on politics, but the reason why I said that is because there is a connection between politics and Jehovah's Witnesses. Because Jehovah's Witnesses, the organization, claims that they're no part of the world, but they are. They're in bed with the globalists. And I'm actually interested in what Debbie had to say. If Rick disagrees, we'll shut it down. We'll shut that argument or that conversation down. But other than that, I don't see a problem with it.
I'll apologize.
I mean, like Biden has pissed us all off.
I did not hear you say that, but she jumps right in and she starts about Biden and Trump and stuff like that. It's a sore spot. That's all.
I understand. I agree. It can cause agitation, but like. Part of the problem on this network is that we're all critical thinkers, and we all know that this government is full of bullshit right now. I mean, we do.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I'm going to mute.
Oh, you're good, honey. Listen,
No,
all comments are welcome. Even your comments are welcome. If you disagree, that doesn't change anything.
Okay, I
don't
apologize
like-
if I offended you. Okay, I'm sorry.
it's Debbie. It's
What?
the bashing. Look, I'm not a Trump supporter. I am not a Biden supporter.
I'm not either.
You know,
Either. They both are crooked.
But there you go. There. Well, see, now we agree. Okay.
Yeah, the left, the right, they share the same legs.
On Biden is a billion times worse than what they had on Trump. That's all.
Well, I
okay?
wouldn't go that far, honey. I wouldn't go that far. I've been a Trump follower since he was young. Since he was young,
What?
believe me, the man is dirty. The man is dirty. So
I'm just saying, I saw a video came up where they were reading. The lady in the House of Representatives was reading this list of stuff against Biden, and I mean, he's charged with treason. That's really serious.
yeah,
It's
there's a lot
scary.
of serious stuff. Yeah, but you know what? I don't believe everything that I hear anymore because we are free thinkers now. As XJW,
So I was
we are free
watching
thinkers.
the video. I was watching it from the Congress and House of Representatives. I don't even know which one does which, but I just was. It was
Yeah, I get that. All right, hon. Listen. I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't. And I apologize if I did.
Really, is this Donna?
No, this is Carrie.
Carrie, oh my
Carrie
gosh.
from the
I
suite.
recognize.
No,
Okay.
I've been nice to you.
I've heard you. Yeah, okay. I know who you are. Or not know you, but yeah.
I know you just woke up, and I know that you had that on your mind, and boom, and it just like, what? I didn't hear Eric say anything about we could talk about politics, but boy, it's a sore spot right now. It's an embarrassment.
It's the first thing I heard when I woke up because.
I did say that actually. So to defend Debbie, I did say that like I don't have a problem talking with lightly on politics. I don't want to make the show political.
You know what? I'm gonna go on mute. You all have a good evening.
Carrie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump on.
We love you, honey. No one meant to offend us. And you know what? I'll shut the politics side of it down. If it's offending people, we'll focus on the XJW part of it, I guess. But I didn't want to upset anybody. That wasn't my intention.
No, well, I didn't hear you, Eric, and I apologize to you for that. It's just, I know she just woke up, as she said she did, and she just blared it right out, and I went, wait a minute, where did this all come from? So, okay, look, I need to mute and catch up.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had a reaction because the comment section is getting me laughing. Debbie versus Perry, round one. Good job, Mr. G.
All right.
I love you all, honey. We didn't mean to offend you. Neither Debbie or I. We're all a family here. And it's quiet. Anyways. Yeah.
In fact, hold on one second, Debbie. We're looking for a pasta babe. Linda James, are you on? You coming on the program? We're not sure if you're out there. You're coming on, so I want to see you come on to the suite here, onto our live stream. I don't see you. I'm not sure what's going on with you, but please come on. we got to get Eric wants to get going, so we're waiting for you, Apostle Babe. Okay, all set, Eric.
Oh, is this the end?
Well, in fact, if Apostle Babe doesn't show up in 10 minutes, I mean, if you want to continue the program, that'll be fine. If not, we're going to end the program in 10 minutes, okay?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll keep the program going a little bit, but I have to have help. If there's not people out there that are,
Well, if we don't get Apostle Babe on here soon, in 10 minutes we're going to end the program, okay, Eric? So don't you worry about it. I don't want to hang you here. So in 10 minutes,
I like to help out because I know people like from Australia that have a different time zone. They look forward to this, and their time zone is so different that like I just feel when it ends early and Apostle Babe don't show up, they miss out. And if I can do like an hour or two, I would. But I need help.
no, I don't want you worrying about it at all. Okay, so
Cool.
in 10 minutes, in 10 minutes, if we don't have Apostle Babe on, we're going to end the program.
Okay, that sounds good, man. Well,
Eric.
Hey, Debbie.
Eric.
Yeah. Who is it?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, hi.
I'm listening. Please continue. I like to hear enlightened minds. I like to hear different people's opinion around the world.
You said your name is Leslie?
Beverly.
Oh, Beverly. Sorry. What's your connection? What's your connection with Jehovah's Witnesses?
I was in the org for 40 some years. But go ahead. I like listening to people, different opinions. I like
to interview people, so you're on with me, and I like to know people's stories. But you're probably an introvert, huh?
Well, it's 12:37 Eastern time, but I mean I'm awake.
Yeah, it's late.
I also was like Carrie. I was just startled by the brass harshness of what previously transpired. I'm like, wait a minute, we switched gears.
Yeah, for sure. We really did. The organization seemed to be kind of peaceful at one point. I mean, it always had violence in it, in a lot of people's homes had violence in it. But in the 80s and the 90s, where I grew up, the time period, it wasn't so bad. It's unrecognizable now, and it's just what people are willing to do to each other to make paradise. It's almost like I feel like they're trampling over each other to attain immortality or whatever. But it's weird. It's a weird religion. It's not a religion. It's a weird cult. And one of the most common things that my wife and I say to each other are, what were we a part of? What were we a part of? Like, this organization has really hurt people and like distorted the minds of our families and our friends, and it's really sad.
Were you born in, Eric?
4th generation born in, yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm married. Mr. G asked me if I'm married, and I am just responding to him.
I think it's very hard for people that are born in to leave.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear you.
I think it is very hard for born-ins to leave.
It is, because they bash it into your brain that you're like, they bash it into your brain that if you leave Jehovah, you know, you're a bad person. But you're not leaving Jehovah. You never did. You left an organization that calls themselves Jehovah. I think this organization is turned into human worship, and they worship the governing body.
Oh, absolutely. I left in 27. I started falling out in 2017. Excuse me. I left.
You guys in the comments.
My nail was in the coffin.
You guys in the comment sections are killing me. I think Eric needs to shave. He getting them 2 women fighting over him. Sorry to interrupt you, honey. I was just I thought it was funny. Some of the things people are saying. One thing.
You're not even as old as most of us were that were born in, because I was financial for 47 years also, and I was born in third generation. As far as I know, I'm at least a 3rd generation. But I've been out completely since 2010, although it's taken me all this time to try to undo my brain. And a minute ago, y'all, I didn't mean to cause a ruckus, but I haven't slept in a while, and I've had a really bad fall, and I've been in so much pain, I haven't been able to sleep. And I was watching Barbara, and the next thing I know, Eric was on there, and for a minute it was like dead air. So I thought, since he's in politics, because I just saw that video, and it was like, oh my God, it's really happening, and it just kind of freaked me out a little bit, because everything is so horrible going on in the world, and it's frightening. I mean, well, I can't talk about religion either. I was going to say what the Bible said about the end, but and I'm the only one in my family left that was ever truly apart, because I didn't really raise my kids that way. My parents tried to intercede and keep taking my kids to the meetings, whether I wanted them to or not. But I guess after both of my parents, I didn't leave until after my parents were both deceased, and now I lost my son, I lost my husband, I have a daughter and 3 granddaughters, and that's it. And I look forward to this, to be able to talk, and sometimes I just talk to Eric on the phone also. He's the same age as my son was. Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yep, I'm here.
I like to deep think. I like a wide variety of subjects. I become bored with the same old, same old.
Okay.
You're refreshing tonight.
Am I?
Refreshing to hear.
Won't keep dropping. Sorry.
Hear your views. And Tim in Australia, it's a big world. It's not just us in the United States.
I totally agree with you. I think it's really cool. I always appreciate Tim when you come on the show. He makes good points.
Oh, thanks.
Brad too. I love you, man. Brad and I are really close. We talk all the time, and you know what? It's pretty cool because I'm not gonna lie. I'm in solitude. I have nobody. Desiree, my wife, is hurt too, and we don't. Neither of us have anyone in our lives. But when I came across Rick's show, it just started with me commenting, and he invited me to have my own show, and he said, think of a name, and I came up with Red Pilled from the Watchtower because I'm a nerd. I like sci-fi movies and I like critical thinking. But Rick gave us a network, and of friends and people. And I'm pretty sure I talk to Brad every day. I talk to JP a lot too on the phone. We'll talk, like, we don't talk every day, but we'll talk for hours. The same thing with Debbie too. We talk and talk, and it's just it's a good network that we have, because like our own families are shunning us and hurting us. But what is so great is that we love. As corny as it is, love really never fails when you show love. And even meeting personally Joe and Fran, you know, it was love. They considered us our kids, their kids, and we considered them our parents. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that Rick works really hard to keep this show going. I know how much. Go ahead.
I know Rick works very hard for this program.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't. Blown away. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have children?
I was just going to say, I'm blown away. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just blown away how many people this helps. Like, I can see, like, obviously I've never been through anything really. Like, so it's just interesting to hear how helpful this show is for a lot of people. You know, that's where I see it's really good in that way. Like, for me, it's something to listen to on a Sunday because I work. But I mean, like, just hearing all these things, it's interesting. And you know, definitely, yeah, I think Rick's done a really good thing with this whole thing, bringing people that can have an outlet that otherwise would not have had one. You know, that's all, I guess.
Eric, do you and your wife have children?
I do not have children, no. Neither of us.
Well, my husband and I are retired. He was never a J-Dub. He's so happy that I woke up. But if you need anything from anyone, you know, just let us know. I only watch the show or listen in because I refuse to create a Facebook account. We like our lives private as much as we can.
Yeah. I feel that.
I miss a lot.
Are you an introvert?
No?
No?
I'm an extrovert.
You're an extrovert? Oh, but you still like your privacy. Okay. I'm kind of like that too. I'm an extrovert.
I'm an extrovert, but we like our privacy. We have
Okay.
children that are professional, and you know, I mean, I can state what they do in life, but you know, they need their privacy too. So, but do you have a pen and paper?
I could get some. Do you want me to write something down?
I was going to have you write something down if you want to.
Is it your email?
No, a little bit closer than that. I was going to give you a number.
Has
it.
Well, listen, it's not always the smartest thing to do to give your phone number, but you can do it if you want to. But if you want, I can give you my email and you can contact me. It's up to you. I'll write your number down for sure, but like I don't like personally putting my phone number out on the public. So
I don't either, Jimmy.
But there's a lot of people that do it. There's a lot of people that do it anyway, so it's up to you.
All right, I'll give you my email.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to comment on. Damn it, the comment went away. Let me see if I can find it. Somebody was trying to say they're trying to contact me too. I can't find it, but somebody said they tried to contact me, and they couldn't get a hold of me. my email is Eric Kubler 1981, and I'll spell it out for you at gmail.com. It's ERIKC as in cat, UB as in boy, LER 1981 at gmail.com. Anybody can contact me, you know.
Eric Kubler at 1981 at gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, anyways, I think one of the cooler things, like, I think it's really cool that we all get to like share our information together. Like, I mean, not information, but like we all get to like kind of meet each other through a network where we're all kind of broken, basically, and just like that sign that says in the background, love. There's another picture. I don't know. Let's see if I can get it in here. It says, love always. But I feel like what Jehovah's Witnesses are missing. They don't love. 1981 sucked. 1982 ruled. Okay. Well, that's when I was born, so I guess 81 sucked. I'm reading comments from people. Sorry.
81 did not suck. I had a child in 81.
You were what?
I gave birth to a child in 1981, and 1981 didn't suck.
Somebody said Eric Kubler. Is that the same Eric on Tinder? I am not on any social network except for YouTube. That's the only network I'm on, basically, with Rick. I don't do Tinder. What is Tinder? Isn't that a dating site? No, I wouldn't be in that. I don't do. I don't even do Reddit anymore because Reddit banned the XJW Reddit page banned me because of my comments on abortion. I didn't agree with it, and they banned me from it. And I think that's pretty crappy to do that. Like, all right, even if I'm wrong, like, don't I get to have a voice? I don't like Reddit, but Reddit has its purposes, and it has encouraged a lot of us to see how broken this organization is.
It is. People used to be loving, but no. We are definitely not wealthy, but we're not poor. I used to write checks regularly for $500. And the last check I wrote, within 2 months, I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm never writing another damn check. I'm never putting another Benjamin Franklin in the box. I'm just, no. I am a victim of CSA, but not within the organization. I'm surviving. But this child sexual abuse, I am seething. I am a red hot chili pepper. I am mad as hell.
You should be. We all are.
This 2-witness rule is bull crap.
It sure is. And they I think it was Gary Bro, a governing body member helper, and he said, we will never change our policies on the 2-witness rule. Okay. I mean, they're basically telling us who they are.
Yep, that's my biggest complaint with them as well.
Go ahead.
The only reason, go ahead, Tim.
was just gonna say, no, that's my biggest complaint with them as well. Like, that's their biggest fault. I mean, what's wrong with humility, admitting you're wrong? You know, trying to correct the past. You know, even if they did that, I'd give them credit for it. I wouldn't think that they're the truth, but that's. If you want any, you know, if you've got any shred of decency, that's what they should be doing. They should say, look, we messed up. We're sorry about it, and this is what we're going to do. But it's all about the bottom line with them. It's like they might, even if that thought came to the fore, they won't want to do it because they'll realise that there's going to be too many. They'll have to settle with too many cases, and that'd kind of wreck them up totally. They just don't want to do it. It's all about the money, no matter what happens.
Yeah, I agree with what Tim just said as well. That's a great point, Tim.
Yeah, every decision they make is literally based on the bottom line. It's all financial. And
when you think about it, obviously apologising for things of the past would bring less reproach to Jehovah's name than just flat out denying it. That's what I don't understand. They go, oh, no, we can't because it'll bring reproach to Jehovah's name. Well, if I see two organisations, one's hiding pedophilia and one's apologising for pedophilia, I know which one that I would lean towards more.
Exactly. The whole reproach thing, it's reproach on the organisation. If they wanted to say, if they wanted to play by the way that Jehovah wants it done, well, then they would look at the way Jesus thought of little kids. Like he said people should be like that. You know, he gave them a lot of credit and had a lot of time for kids, and it's like common sense would tell you have to put the child's welfare first, you know. But no, it's just a disgrace the way they do that.
It
I think
is.
I was echoing.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Man up, and that's putting it politely. Man up as an organization. Pay out.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to go by, they talk about biblical examples. You know, go back to the Achan in the Bible when he stole some stuff. You know, the whole nation suffered. So if they say they believe the Bible, well then okay, look at that. Like you've got sinners in the midst of you, and you're just hiding it. You know, not being honest about it.
What they should do is make an announcement from the platform that they allege that so and so. Never forget that allege, even if they know it to be a fact. Allege that so-and-so is a pedophile. Tell them to get the hell out of their building and never come back. Make it public knowledge within the congregation. As long as
makes
you
me
use
suspect that it's...
As long as you use allege or allegedly.
But makes me suspect that it goes all the way to the top, to be honest, because there's some people at the top that would have to know that this policy doesn't make any sense. Like any crime, you think about any crime in reality, who the hell wants a witness, let alone this whole two witness and something like that? That's just not what goes on with that type of a crime. So either they want to keep it that way because they're part of it. You know, does that play into it at all? I wonder. You know, are some of these people that corrupt up the top of it? Wouldn't surprise me.
No, it would not surprise me either.
You know, just to give some comedic relief a little bit, the comment sections, people keep saying that you're from Jersey, Tim. You couldn't be more Australian. I've had Australian people in my life. My boss, the first boss that I ever had, basically, well, not first job, but close to it. He was from Australia, and he taught me different expressions, how he talks and stuff. And you don't sound New Jersey at all. I don't know why people keep saying that you have a New Jersey accent, but I was just giving a little joke to the show. Sorry.
Hey, Eric, this is Rick. We're coming up on the Pasta Babe. She wants to come on. So
All right, cool.
I'll give you another. Take about 2 minutes and wrap the program up. Yep.
All righty. Well, yeah. Thank you, everyone. I guess to conclude tonight's show, when I talk to the Jehovah's Witnesses, and when I even talk to them, say, like a crash in their carts, when I talk to them like that, they're so not rooted in reality. They can't understand normal thinking, and that in itself is a swear word. It's a euphemism, but they really they don't get it. They're really like Tony Morris has a talk, and it was deleted, and it was about being wrapped in smoke, and that was leaked to everybody, and I've heard that talk before, like a long time ago. Same friggin' talk. He talked about King David and how he was wrapped in smoke, and that's how he fornicated or committed adultery. Sorry, with Bathsheba. But yeah, this I feel like they recycle their stuff all the time. We got that talk, and when I heard it, I'm just like, this is nothing new. I've already heard this before. I think it was on a tape. Back in the day, they used to be cassette tapes or CDs, depending on what time period, and you would be able to listen to them. But I know I'm rambling, and I'll wrap it up. But I want to thank everybody tonight. Tim, and I'm not going to even keep naming names. I'm going to forget them all. But all of you that called in, thank you so much. And I'm going to Linda. Someone have something to say? Go ahead. Well, okay, Rick. I'm going to hand it over to you, buddy, or to Linda.
Very good. Sorry, we had. Sorry.
Is someone trying to speak?
Does someone go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let it go, Eric.
Okay.
So we'll end the program here.
Well, thank you all, and I love everyone, and I love you, Rick, and thanks for the network we have and the cool people that are part of this, and I love you all.
Stay with us. We got a Pasta Babe drop next.